Welcome, dear friends, to a journey that promises to illuminate a path often shrouded in misunderstanding. Today, we delve into a question that many have pondered. Is the law of attraction sinful, or is there divine truth interwoven within it? Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, waves crashing at your feet, each droplet a thought, an intention you've sent into the universe. This is where we begin our exploration, not with doubt, but with curiosity and faith. The law of attraction, a concept popularized in recent decades, suggests that like attracts like, that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, one can bring positive or negative experiences into their life. But does this align with Christian teachings? Or is it a notion that stands outside the boundaries of faith? Let us start our journey by turning to the words of Jesus himself. In Matthew 7, verse 7, he teaches, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you." At first glance, this might seem like a simple encouragement to pray. But if we look deeper, it resonates profoundly with the essence of the law of attraction. It speaks of the power of intention, of seeking with a genuine heart and expecting a divine response. Imagine a woman named Sarah, who found herself in a season of struggle, burdened with financial woes and personal loss. She stumbled upon the teachings of the law of attraction, initially skeptical but willing to learn. With a heart open to change, she began to focus on gratitude and abundance. Each morning, she thanked God not just for what she had, but for the blessings she believed were coming. In her prayer, she sought clarity and purpose, aligning her desires with God's plan for her life. Weeks turned into months, and something remarkable happened. Opportunities began to appear, small at first, like whispers of promise, but soon they grew. A job offer, financial relief, the rekindling of relationships she feared were lost forever. Sarah realized that the law of attraction was not about wishing for wealth or fame. It was about aligning her intentions with God's will, trusting that the universe, as God created it, would respond to her faith. The Bible is replete with stories echoing this principle. In Mark 11, verse 24, Jesus instructs, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This verse challenges us to envision the outcome we desire with unwavering faith. Consider the parable of the mustard seed. Jesus said in Matthew 17, verse 20, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This analogy is not just about the size of our faith, but about its potential when nurtured with conviction and belief. Isn't this the core of the law of attraction? To plant a seed of intention, to water it with faith, and to watch as it grows into reality. Yet, unlike secular interpretations of this law, our focus remains steadfast on God as the source and sustainer of all things. When we align our thoughts and emotions with love, compassion, and gratitude, we are not merely attracting positive experiences. We are becoming co-creators in God's divine plan. This alignment is not just a mental exercise, but a spiritual practice that echoes through the corridors of biblical wisdom. Let us also remember the story of Joseph, a favorite son betrayed and sold into slavery by his own brothers. Despite his circumstances, Joseph remained steadfast in his faith, trusting in the dreams God had given him. Through trials and tribulations, the universe conspired in his favor, leading him to a position of great power in Egypt. Joseph's life is a testament to divine timing and the power of maintaining a vision, even when the path seems uncertain. As we ponder these stories, we must ask ourselves, are we living in alignment with the divine principles God has laid out for us? Are we setting our intentions with a heart full of faith and love? The law of attraction, when viewed through the lens of Christianity, is not about materialism or selfish desires. It's about embracing a mindset of abundance, rooted in God's unconditional love. It's about understanding that we are part of a divine tapestry, each thought and action a thread woven into the greater good. As we conclude this part of our exploration, let us reflect on the power of faith and intention. Let us seek to align our desires with God's will, to ask with sincerity, to seek with trust, and to knock with hope, knowing that the doors of heaven are open to those who believe. As Sarah continued her journey of faith and alignment, she discovered that the more she trusted in God's timing, the more peace she felt within her soul. The anxiety that once gripped her heart loosened its hold, replaced by a serene confidence that only true faith can bring. Her prayers evolved from pleas for specific outcomes to expressions of gratitude for the divine path she was on, regardless of the obstacles. In this transformation, Sarah found herself drawing inspiration from the story of Hannah, a woman of great sorrow and greater faith. In the book of 1 Samuel, Hannah prayed fervently for a child, pouring her heart out to God with a promise of dedication and gratitude. Her prayers were answered with the birth of Samuel, who would later become a pivotal prophet in Israel's history. Through Hannah, we learn the power of persistence in prayer and the importance of aligning our deepest desires with God's purpose. Sarah began to understand that the law of attraction in her life was intertwined with the biblical principle of sowing and reaping. Galatians 6 verse 7 reminds us, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." By sowing seeds of faith, kindness, and love, Sarah was setting the stage for a harvest of blessings that far exceeded her initial expectations. Her perspective shifted further as she embraced the teachings of Matthew 6, verse 33. "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This was not a call to abandon her dreams, but to align them under the umbrella of God's righteousness. She realized that by focusing on what was truly important, her spiritual growth and her relationship with God, everything else would naturally fall into place. During this period of reflection, Sarah also encountered the wisdom found in Proverbs 16 verse 3. "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." With each step she took, she sought God's guidance, committing her actions to him, and found her plans becoming clearer and more defined. There was a divine orchestration at work, subtly guiding her towards her purpose. The more Sarah aligned her thoughts with God's teachings, the more she noticed the beauty in divine synchronicity. Doors that she hadn't even considered began to open, and paths she once thought impossible became accessible. It was as if her faith was a magnet, drawing in opportunities that were aligned with her highest good. In these moments, she was reminded of the importance of gratitude. Philippians 4, verse 6-7 encourages us with, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." Sarah's journey continued to unfold like a tapestry woven with threads of hope, faith, and divine intervention. Her heart was now a garden where seeds of faith bloomed, nourished by the wisdom she found in the scriptures. The more she embraced the teachings of the Bible, the more evident it became that the law of attraction was not just about manifesting desires, but about transforming one's heart and mind to align with God's greater purpose. One night, as Sarah sat in quiet reflection, she recalled the story of Joseph, whose life was a testament to enduring faith and the power of divine timing. Though sold into slavery by his brothers, Joseph's unwavering trust in God led him from the depths of a prison to the heights of power in Egypt. His journey was not without trials, but each setback was merely a stepping stone to his ultimate destiny. Sarah found solace in Joseph's story, understanding that her own challenges could be the very catalysts for her growth and fulfillment. Sarah's prayer life deepened as she practiced the art of surrender, allowing God to guide her steps. She meditated on Jeremiah 29, verse 11, a promise of hope and future. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Through this verse, Sarah grasped the reassurance that her path, though sometimes obscured by uncertainty, was illuminated by divine promise. The community around Sarah began to notice the change in her demeanor. Her newfound peace and confidence were contagious, drawing others to seek the source of her transformation. Eager to share her journey, Sarah started a weekly gathering at her home, inviting friends and neighbors to explore spirituality, personal growth, and the intersection of faith with everyday life. These gatherings became a beacon of hope, fostering connections that transcended mere acquaintance and delved into the deeper realms of shared spiritual pursuit. As she facilitated these meetings, Sarah encouraged others to share their own experiences and to support one another in their journeys. The group collectively embraced the wisdom of Ecclesiastes 4, verse 9-10. "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Together, they formed a community of faith where each member's triumphs were celebrated and each struggle met with compassion and prayer. Sarah's own dreams, once focused on personal gain, shifted towards a vision of service. She realized that true abundance lay in the ability to uplift others, to inspire hope, and change through acts of kindness and love. Her eyes were open to the needs within her community, and she felt a call to action, inspired by the words of James 2, verse 17. "Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." Her purpose was no longer a solitary pursuit, but a shared journey of faith in action. Driven by this newfound mission, Sarah initiated several community projects, focusing on providing resources and support to those in need. Whether it was organizing food drives or offering mentorship to young women, she poured her heart into these efforts, trusting that her small acts of kindness would ripple outwards, creating waves of positive change. With each step Sarah took, she found her understanding of the law of attraction evolving into a richer tapestry of faith and action, deeply rooted in biblical teachings. Her life became a testament to the power of aligning one's soul with God's will, demonstrating that through faith, prayer, and purposeful action, we can indeed attract the abundance meant for us. As Sarah reflected on her life's journey, she realized that the greatest gift was not the manifestation of material desires, but the transformation of her heart and the strengthening of her faith. In aligning her desires with God's purpose, she discovered a peace that surpassed understanding and a joy that flowed like a river through every aspect of her being. Her story became an inspiration to many, proof that when we place our trust in the divine, all things work together for good, as promised in Romans 8, verse 28. This profound truth became the cornerstone of her message, one she shared with everyone she encountered. That through faith, love, and divine alignment, we find not only the path to our dreams, but also the true meaning of abundance, rooted in the richness of a life lived in harmony with God's will. Sarah's journey of transformation continued to unfold, and her life became a living canvas of grace, painted with the vibrant hues of faith, hope, and love. Her gatherings had grown into a community movement, extending beyond her living room to local venues, and even reaching into neighboring towns. People from all walks of life came together, united by the common desire to seek purpose and connection through spirituality and faith-based principles. The atmosphere at these gatherings was electric, charged with the anticipation of divine intervention and the assurance that they were not alone in their journeys. Sarah's story served as a beacon, illuminating the path for others to follow. She emphasized the importance of personal responsibility and spiritual growth, interweaving the teachings of the law of attraction with the essence of biblical wisdom. Her words encouraged everyone to visualize their dreams while remaining anchored in the faith that God's plans were greater than their own. Philippians 4 verse 13 became a central theme in her teachings. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse resonated deeply with the group, reminding each individual that their strength to pursue their dreams and overcome obstacles was rooted in their faith. Sarah believed that by surrendering their fears and doubts to God, they could access a reservoir of divine strength that would propel them towards their highest potential. As the gatherings grew, so did the testimonies of transformation. Stories were shared of miraculous healings, unexpected opportunities, and relationships mended. These accounts were not only inspiring, but also served as tangible evidence of the power of faith and the law of attraction working in harmony. Sarah encouraged everyone to journal their experiences, capturing the moments of clarity and divine guidance they encountered. This practice allowed them to reflect on their growth and to remain grateful for the journey. In addition to her community work, Sarah felt a deepening call towards personal growth and continuous learning. She began to explore theological studies, delving into the depths of Scripture with renewed vigor. Her understanding of the Bible deepened, and she began to weave these insights into her teachings, providing a richer, more nuanced perspective on faith and attraction. She often quoted Proverbs 16, verse 9, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps," to illustrate the delicate balance between human desire and divine will. One particularly impactful project Sarah initiated was a mentorship program, pairing seasoned professionals with young adults seeking guidance in their careers and spiritual lives. This initiative aimed to empower the next generation, instilling in them the belief that their talents and passions were gifts meant to be used for the greater good. Through mentorship, many young people discovered their calling, developing confidence and a sense of purpose that transcended mere job titles or societal expectations. Sarah's outreach efforts attracted attention from local media, and soon she was invited to share her story on various platforms, including podcasts and community panels. Her message of faith-infused action and divine alignment resonated with audiences far and wide. She spoke from her heart, her words a blend of personal testimony and biblical truth. Each story a testament to the incredible transformations that are possible when we align our desires with God's purpose for our lives. Despite her growing influence, Sarah remained humble, always redirecting the praise and glory back to God. She understood that her role was simply to be a vessel through which God's love and light could shine. Her humility and authenticity were magnetic, drawing even more people to her community gatherings and projects. In one of her most memorable engagements, Sarah was invited to speak at a regional conference focused on spiritual leadership. As she stood before the audience, she felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. She shared the story of her journey, weaving in the powerful lessons she had learned about faith and action, and concluded with a call to embrace divine purpose, quoting Jeremiah 29, verse 11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." Plans? The response was overwhelming. Many attendees approached her afterward, expressing their gratitude for her insights and sharing how her message had moved them to reevaluate their own lives and dreams. Sarah listened with an open heart, offering words of encouragement and prayer. As she walked through the halls of the conference center, reflecting on the day's events, Sarah felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She realized that her journey, once centered on personal achievement, had transformed into a mission of service and love. Her life was a testament to the miraculous power of surrendering to God's will and living in faith. Through her experiences, she had come to understand that true abundance was not measured in material wealth, but in the richness of relationships, the joy of serving others, and the peace that comes from walking hand in hand with God. In the quiet moments that followed, Sarah prayed for continued guidance, asking God to use her life as a beacon of love and hope in a world hungry for meaning. And as she lifted her eyes, she felt an overwhelming assurance that her journey was far from over, that the seeds of faith she had planted would continue to grow, touching lives in ways she could never have imagined. As Sarah continued her journey, she found herself drawn to the quiet beauty of nature more than ever before. It was there, amidst the whispering trees and the gentle rustle of leaves, that she felt God's presence most profoundly. During one of these serene moments, she was inspired to create a retreat program that combined the healing power of nature with spiritual reflection. This program, named Journeying in the Wild, became a sanctuary for those seeking solace and direction. Participants were guided through days filled with meditative walks, scripture readings, and reflective journaling. Sarah believed that nature was a powerful testament to God's artistry, and that by immersing themselves in it, people could find clarity and peace. She often quoted Psalm 19, verse 1. "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands, to emphasize how creation itself was a reflection of divine love and wisdom. The retreats quickly gained popularity. People from all walks of life came to experience the tranquility and renewal that Journey in the Wild offered. Each retreat ended with a communal gathering where participants shared their insights and transformations, creating a tapestry of stories that celebrated the diversity of human experience and the unity of God's love. Meanwhile, Sarah's community initiatives continued to flourish. One project that held a special place in her heart was the creation of a local community garden. This garden served not only as a source of fresh produce, but also as a symbol of growth and resilience. It became a place where people gathered to cultivate not just plants, but friendships and a deeper understanding of stewardship. The garden was a living reminder of the parable of the mustard seed, where even the smallest seed, when nurtured, could grow into something magnificent. As the seasons turned, Sarah began to see a shift in the lives of those around her. Stories of personal breakthroughs and renewed faith were shared frequently, each one a testament to the power of living with intention and grace. Families were strengthened. Dreams once thought impossible were pursued with vigor, and a sense of community blossomed in ways that Sarah had always hoped for. Her influence extended beyond her local community. Invitations to speak at national conferences and international gatherings began to arrive. At each event, Sarah remained steadfast in her message: the importance of aligning one's goals with divine purpose and living a life of service and love. She often referred to Ephesians 2 verse 10, reminding her audiences that we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Throughout all these experiences, Sarah's own faith continued to deepen. She learned to trust more fully in God's timing, especially when faced with challenges or uncertainty. Her personal relationship with God became a source of strength and inspiration, guiding her decisions and fueling her passion for helping others. In one particularly difficult season, Sarah faced a significant setback. A major project she had been working on for months fell through at the last minute. Initially disheartened, she turned to prayer and reflection, seeking understanding and guidance. It was during this time that she stumbled upon Romans 8 verse 28, a verse that reminded her that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This realization reignited her spirit. She understood that every twist and turn in her journey was part of a larger divine plan, each moment shaping her into the person she was meant to be. With renewed determination, Sarah refocused her efforts, confident that new opportunities would arise from this unexpected detour. And indeed they did. Her resilience and unwavering faith opened doors she had never anticipated, leading to collaborations with organizations and individuals who shared her vision for a more compassionate and loving world. Together, they launched initiatives that addressed issues such as poverty, education, and mental health, bringing about tangible change in their communities. Through these partnerships, Sarah witnessed firsthand the power of unity and collective action. She saw how, when people came together with a common purpose, fueled by faith and love, miracles could happen. It was a lesson she cherished deeply, one that underscored the truth that while we are each unique in our gifts and callings, We are all part of a larger tapestry, woven together by God's hand. As Sarah looked to the future, her heart was filled with anticipation and hope. She knew that there were still many chapters left to write in her story, and she was eager to see where God would lead her next. With each new endeavor, she remained committed to being a beacon of light and love, ever ready to serve and uplift those around her. In her quiet moments, she continued to pray for guidance and strength, trusting that as long as she walked in faith and love, her journey would continue to be a reflection of God's grace and glory. She felt blessed to be part of something far greater than herself, a movement that was changing lives and inspiring hearts across the globe. And so, with an open heart and unwavering faith, Sarah stepped forward, ready to embrace the future with all its possibilities, knowing that she was exactly where she was meant to be.